Chelsea are off to a win as Jorginho's penalty is a difference between the two sides away to Everton. Jules, how do they look? Still work to do?
Yeah, plenty.
Just a little bit?
Yeah, I'm still a bit worried, I have to say. I thought Everton were not very good, apart from the usual, let's go for it, we're aggressive with this and that.
Hard to play when you don't have a centre forward.
No, true, which is true. You have to explain to me how can you start Raheem Sterling almost as a second striker behind Kai Havertz, because it didn't make any sense to me, and I thought it was much better when he started playing wide. But to play him in that position, that more central position, I don't know if this idea that Tuchel has for the whole season, if it's a work in progress, I'm not convinced at all by Raheem Sterling behind Kai Havertz would work.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just takes a long time to develop an understanding with those two.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, there's a ton of work to do. What I liked is when I was watching on television, it's Jorginho versus Pickford. Yeah. And the number of references the English commentator made to, Euro 22 final, he missed it. I was happy for Georgie. Happy for Georgie.
Yeah, but no. Marcos Alonso was left out of Chelsea's squad this weekend at Everton, and he looks to be on his way to Barcelona. Is it a good pick for Xavi at 10 million euros, Gab?
There's two answers to this again, right? There's the macro, the money Barcelona are spending, and can they register this? Purely in a footballing sense, and I'm curious to see how Xavi uses him, I think he's a tremendous pickup because he gives you something very different. He gives you a tremendous dead ball player. He's got size. He's a tremendous head of the ball. Yeah. He scores goals. And is he better than Jordi Alba at his best? Probably not. He's certainly slower and he's older and whatever. But he gives you that alternative. He's a good guy to be in there. I think he's a good fit for the squad. Now, from Chelsea's perspective, again, with Cucurella, you can let him go.
Yeah.
That said, I don't know. He must have a lot of faith that Barcelona can actually register him. Because I don't think he's going to be top of the list.
That's the thing I don't get. If you're an agent or player and Barca come, there should be, you have to be a bit wary and a bit worried about the financial situation, because they're saying to you, oh yeah, look, you can sign this contract on 150,000 a week, whatever. But then they don't have that money right now.
So, no, they do have the money. What they don't have is the right to register you if they don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming people are taking a calculated risk on this. If they can't register them by Sunday or whatever, they can register them later. They'll still be getting paid. If worse comes to worse and Barcelona turn around and say in December, oh, Marcos, we're really sorry, we weren't able to make it work. Will you go on loan somewhere? And they say, sure. And then he'll still be getting paid and he goes on loan somewhere else. I mean, I'm assuming that's the worst case scenario, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So it's a calculated risk.
Still, it's a bit crazy.
Callum Hudson-Odoi has reportedly asked Chelsea for a move. Borussia Dortmund's been mentioned. There's other clubs.
A few other clubs,
Does it make sense to you, Jules?
I think it does, which is a shame because he's got great talent and great potential, and maybe without the bad injury, he would have found a place in that team as a starter. I don't know if consistently he can be good enough to be a starter for Chelsea, but he's not going to get even the chance to prove it this season. So why staying when you're going to be 80% of the time on the bench? Maybe you're going to play in the domestic cups. I don't think for a player at his age, with his talent, this is not what you
especially if he is in our system.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, brings me back to the whole. Remember when they were linked with Dembele?
Yeah.
Like, where would Dembele head?
Or maybe it changed because you didn't get him. I don't know.
It's odd, but yeah, I want to see him play because I remember what he was like.
Me too. I think a lot of people like him, and I think he will have clubs in England and also abroad and be really keen. So I hope he can find the right place where he can really express himself and do it, because he's got the potential for it, no doubt.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.